Oh, hey. Now I know this video's late, but I got sick for half of January, and then decided to push this all the way back to my anniversary, so yeah. Anyways, last time I talked about gunpla grades, and while I would like to launch into a whole spiel about models you could buy as your first model / couple of models, we have to talk about tools on this episode of... Oh man, that was such a stupid joke. Anyways, so when it comes to building gunpla, there are a lot of different tools that are used to build and decorate gunpla. Don't believe me? Here's all of mine!
Wait, Vivi, what the hell are you doing here? Get the hell out of here!
And would you believe me if I said there are still some things I don't have? But that doesn't matter, you don't need all of this to start off with. And just so you know, I will be showing you how all these tools work on one of my models that I still haven't fully built yet. But for beginners, the first set of tools that you'll definitely need are... So clippers and or nippers are probably one of the most useful gunpla tools you'll need. Because all models require you to cut the pieces off the runner. There are multiple different kinds, like these big chunky kinds, which are good for cutting through pieces of the runner and or sprue. And then you have these more defined thinner nippers, which have the same kind of angular cut as the chunky nippers, but don't have as much blade, so they cause less stress when you're trying to cut the pieces from the runner. And then you have the single-bladed kind of nippers, like my god hands here, which using a single blade create a shearing kind of cut, which puts a lot less stress on the piece. And just for a little bit of instruction, when you want to cut pieces off the runner, what you want to normally use is what's called the two-cut method, where you use, say, the black nippers to cut it off the sprue at a distance from the piece, and then use the god hands to cut it closer to the piece so you have less stress marks and less marks to deal with later on during building. Alright, so files are next, and they are probably the most varied tool in the gunpla universe. Like this metal file, which you use putting it on the nub and sliding it in one direction only. You'll generally feel the resistance as the nub is worn away, but going too close to the piece will leave scratches. Next we have the sanding sticks and sponges, which can come in a variety of grits, and do very well when they're used on rounded edges and corners because of their flexibility. Next we have the adhesive strip kind of file, which comes in two parts, the adhesive strip and the board, which you use until the strip runs out, which you can then replace afterwards with the stock you probably have. And finally we come to what has become one of my favorite ones, the glass files. These are files that are a piece of glass with a bunch of little holes, which create a great grit effect, which are great at clearing nubs off pieces. And with their high grit, they leave a little bit of a shine at the end. Just a reminder to try and keep these clean, as well as the rest of your files. It'll help in the long run. Next, we have the Honest Hobby Knife. And I say honest because it'll keep you honest. Now here is where, for the squishy people among you, I have to drop a warning. Watch yourself when it comes to these knives. These blades are sharp, and they will cut you fast, they will cut you quick, they will cut you deep. Anyways though, when using these can be used similar to files, in that you go up to the nub, place the knife up to the nub, and slowly just shave it away, and you can also shave off whatever mark it leaves left. So, you know how gunpla like to come with usually a few to many very small stickers that are hard to deal with for your sometimes big, meaty hands, you humans? This is what tweezers are for. They have small, delicate grips, yet strong enough to hold onto the sticker and maintain it for the precision that you need. There are also many different shapes of tweezers, so make sure to find one that fits your hand comfortably and that you feel comfortable using. Okay, so you want to make your gunpla look better. One of the ways to do that is to enhance the panel line. So for that, you're going to need these next set of tools. Scribing chisels. I say set because they come in multiple sizes due to multiple panel lines and multiple sizes of gunpla. One more warning here, these are also sharp. I have recently found out that these will also cut you. I have several punctures and cuts on my left hand because of these. So basically, what you are going to do with these is, as I am showing you, you're going to take it, you're going to find the panel line. You're going to set the tip of the chisel in the panel line at an angle, not straight, not 90 degrees, preferably about 45, and then you're going to draw it, and it is going to take small slivers of plastic out of the panel line and deepen it so that when you use panel lining ink, it will flow better. This is something that will need to be practiced because otherwise you may accidentally scratch the piece, but you will be able to sand that off. All in all, it's a tool that takes a lot of practice to use, and mastery is a thing worth doing because it can make things look great. Alright, and now we have to discuss some various liquids. The first of which are panel liners, then thin cement, and then mark softer and setter. The first one we're going to look at is our panel liner. We're going to use the black here, take off the cap, and use the applicator to apply the ink to the scribing line that we just did a couple seconds ago. You should be able to see how the ink quickly flows through the line and takes the shape of the panel line. From there, we'll just have to wait for it to dry so we can see the full effect and clean up any excess ink that may be there. Next, we have thin cement. What this is used for is when you have a broken piece or a piece that needs to be tightly fit, is that it actually melts the plastic together a little bit so that it'll stay connected. And finally, we have mark softer and setter, which are used for when you're putting certain kind of stickers on your gunpla so that you can make it blend better into the piece instead of seeing the hard edges of the sticker. Oh wait, hold on, I almost forgot one. We got two more things. This is Mr. Color Thinner, and this is a cleaner. Remember that gunpla ink I reminded you about needed to dry a little bit ago? Well, it's dry now, so now we're going to clean it. So what you do is you take your cleaner, you dip it into what is essentially paint thinner, kinda. Wring it out a little bit. You don't want too much. You don't want to make too many spots on the thing. And you just slowly wipe it over the excess ink that's staying above the panel line groove until it's clean, and you're left with a nice, sharp panel line like that. Alright, I think that's it. Okay, so I know I'm maybe missing like one or two things, like specific tape for scribing and drills, but I just don't really have those or haven't used them enough now to be able to show them off well. But maybe in a different thing down the line. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for hopefully staying through lessons and learning something. Hopefully the next one will be about gunpla for beginners and models you can buy and stuff. Other than that, if you haven't seen the video I made about grades, there should be a thing up here. Let's say now? Okay, now. And yeah, remember to hit all those things and doing it so it keeps me being able to be in the mood to want to make more of these videos. I want to make so many more. Thank y'all for being here. Hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.